Welcome to Everyday Possibilities. I'm super excited to bring you guys this live video today. So, what I want to talk to you about, your tip for today, is to destroy and uncreate your life every day. And this is something for me that I've been doing more of lately, and it's one of those tools that I sometimes forget to use, or I use it with a relationship, or when I notice something come up and maybe it hasn't shifted yet. So for me, this is something that I'm starting to use again every day, and this is a great tool to change so many things. What happens is that we have conclusions about relationships. We get conclusions about money, projections about money, projections about what's going on in our life. And when we destroy and uncreate our life from the day before, or even in other lifetimes, we can start anew. We can start fresh from that moment rather than bringing those conclusions into this moment. And I've seen it change relationships. I use it on certain relationships, and I've noticed that using this, sorry, you guys can hear New York City in the background. I love it because I see so much more movement in the city again, and I'm super excited for that. And which is really lighting up my being because I love the city. I think it's a beautiful place, and the fun and the joy and the adventures that we have here are something like you never experience in any other place on the planet. Definitely their own unique adventures. Anyway, when you destroy and uncreate every day, you start fresh, you start anew. And again, I've seen it change relationships. I do this in relationships that are more present in my life more regularly, and they always get better. They always change for the better. Or even if there's been a difficulty, I've noticed it change when I destroy and uncreate the relationship. So rather than get caught up in the worry of what's going on, when you destroy and uncreate, you start fresh. You start new with anything. And this isn't just relationships. This is with money. So you can destroy and uncreate your relationship with money. When you have conclusions and points of view about money, you have a relationship with it. You always have some sort of a relationship with money, right? So when you destroy and uncreate it, you can change how money shows up in your life. You can change the frequency with what it shows up in your life. If you're projecting that you don't have any money, what does that create more of? And if you want to get out of that projection, destroy and uncreate your relationship. Destroy and uncreate your relationship with you. If you have a business, destroy and uncreate your relationship with your business. Maybe it's a job. You can destroy and uncreate your relationship with anything and everyone. You can be more extreme. You can say, I destroy and uncreate my relationship with everyone and everything in this lifetime and any other lifetime. I like to use it with specific situations and with specific people, especially if the difficulties in shifting when I'm using it in a more general, broad sense. Because for me, I've noticed that you will see that turn around faster when you use it with specific people, specific situations. And when you destroy and uncreate, it doesn't mean that you're ending a relationship. It doesn't mean that you have to change anything. What this does is it assists you to live in 10-second increments. When you destroy and uncreate everything you've decided, you have a greater clarity about what's possible. You're fresh, you're new in the moment. You're living in 10-second increments, not by your judgments or your conclusions of the past. So you can destroy and uncreate your conclusions. You can destroy and uncreate your judgments. You can destroy and uncreate your obligations, your upsets, your intrigues, and your expectations. And destroy and uncreate all the things that you've decided are going to happen in the future. The future hasn't happened yet. So how do you know what it's going to be like, what's going to show up? So, and if you destroy and uncreate what's past, and the things that have been created, it allows for something greater to show up. It allows you to let go of the conclusions, of the judgments, of the projections, the expectations, anything with more ease, with more joy and more glory. And how does it get any better than that? So begin to destroy and uncreate your relationships. And you can do this every morning when you wake up. In fact, I recommend that you do it every morning when you wake up, but it's whenever it works for you and whenever it's light for you. I've done this in the middle of the day if I notice I'm having a difficulty or something going on with someone in my life or with the workspace or even with my business. If I notice that it's not getting created and it feels a little stagnant, it reminds me to destroy and uncreate it. And sometimes it's at any time of the day. And practice doing this in the morning. Again, doing it first thing in the morning when you wake up, it clears your day, it clears the way for the greater possibilities to show up and for you to be in those 10 seconds to create in every moment what you would truly like to have as your life and to show up as your life. So thank you guys for tuning in. And if you missed this, you can also catch this on my YouTube channel. I hope you guys have the most amazing day. And I hope this contributes to an amazing start to your week. Ciao for now and have an amazing day. Bye.